what I'm learning in the process of helping other people to land jobs and also in my own job search process is that interviewers, hiring managers, the peers that interview you during the peer interviews, whatever, they need to be impressed with you before you ever meet them, which is it's kind of insane because the whole purpose of an interview, right, is to meet you, to get to know you, get to hear your thought process in real time, to see how you talk, to see how you conduct yourself. If you're a project manager, they might ask you, how would you work this project? If you're a salesperson, walk me through your thought process of prioritizing accounts and prospecting, right? If you're interviewing to be the director of implementation, hey, walk me through your previous experience and how you would direct this team to do whatever, right? But really, I think the important thing and something that I'm seeing in my own process right now, like all of the tips that I share, I use them myself. I would be the biggest hypocrite if I didn't use every single one of the tips that I share. But something that I'm seeing personally is that when people are already impressed with you, the interviews go so much smoother because they already kind of know you, right? Either the person that interviewed you before gave you a really good, really good feedback, or, it's something that you sent them. I think it depends on what stage of the interview process you're in. But for example, I usually send something out ahead of the interview when I'm applying to the recruiting team, right? The recruiting team talks to me, and if they push me on to the next stage, any materials that I have sent them, they're now sending to the hiring manager, they're sending to the rest of the team. And then the rest of the team has context on me where other candidates, they're going in blank with a couple of notes and maybe a resume, right? Maybe a LinkedIn page if they go that far to hear about this person. And it's been a couple of interview stages because I've been interviewing with a couple of companies now. A couple of these interview stages almost haven't been interviews at all because the person that I'm talking to is already like, yeah, we're super impressed with you. So, like, there's really not much that we have to talk about. In fact, during this last interview, which was actually today, um, yeah, during the last interview that was today, she actually asked me, she let me know about herself and how she came to the company. She asked me to give like a minute or two overview of my previous experience and why I'm interested in this job. And then after that, she was like, so, do you have any questions about me and the company? Like, any reservations about joining us? I want to make sure that there's good alignment. So, just let me know what questions you have. We spent 20 minutes of the interview with me asking her questions about the company. And then the last 5 minutes, I was like, yeah, if there's anything that you want to dig deeper into my experience, she's like, okay. She asked like two questions. That's it. It changes the game when you go in and the team already likes you. So the question, I guess, would be, how do you do that? It could be a couple different things. It could be a 30, 60, 90-day plan, which is a very simple, like written out Word doc or Google Doc or whatever, explaining how you plan on conducting the first. These locks look weird today. How you plan on conducting your first 30 days, what you plan on accomplishing in your next 60 days, and then how you plan on succeeding in the 90 days. There are some free resources, I'm sure, on the internet on how to create one of those. It could be a quick introduction video like this. Probably vertical would be better, but a quick introduction video talking about your experience, why you're interested in this company, why you'd be a good fit. It could be uh sending example prospecting if you're in sales, at least, like, hey, based on what I see on the website, I'm guessing your ICP is XYZ, or I've talked to one of your SDRs, I know that your ICP is XYZ. This is who I would reach out to if I was a member of this team, or member of this team, on this team, and this is who I would reach out to, and this is how I would outreach them, right? And I get that, right now it can feel like a lot, and it is a lot to go over and above for a company when you don't even know you're going to get the job. But that's also why I very intentionally tell you to only apply to a few jobs. Like, you shouldn't be doing this for every application. I do maybe 5 to 10 high effort applications, and other than that, I'm just putting my resume in with everybody else. Chances are you will probably get 1 or 2, maybe 3 responses, depending on how many you're doing to your resume. But I can almost guarantee you that the ones that you will go farthest with, the ones that you will end up getting offers from, the ones that, like, the team is like, wow, this person is really great, are going to be the ones where they're impressed with you. As I said in the beginning, they're impressed with you before they meet you, before you ever get into the interview process, before they're ever asking you, tell me about a time when you solved a complex problem and, you took difficult feedback. Tell me about a time when you didn't succeed. Before they ever ask any of those raggedy questions, they should already have an idea of who you are and what you're capable of. So for your job, it could be something completely different. I know for myself, in sales, videos work great. Although I feel like in most roles, like something like a Loom video would probably work. You just have to get creative, or a 30, 60, 90-day plan probably works in most roles. But you want to do something, just go 20% farther than what your average person applying is going to do. And I can guarantee you your results will be so much higher than your average person. You will have so much more leverage, even in, like, if you plan on negotiating your salary, if you plan on, you want to grow fast at the company, them having a good idea of you in their head will take you so much further. So anywho, that's the message for today. If you couldn't tell, I am super, super tired and I'm ready to go to sleep. But my name is Alexis. Thank you so much for being on my channel. I post just about every single day. I'm going to say every single day. And today is day 90, which is insane. But I post all things about career and travel and general life things. So if that interests you, feel free to subscribe, and there's more to come. All right. Bye.